fin brim. What a lovely way to spend an evening. G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Paul here from Get Going. Just travelled down to the Northern Rivers of New South Wales to a lovely, beautiful, pristine estuary system here. Just gorgeous, really lovely clear water. It's got an incoming tide. So I'm just scouting along now, trying to find somebody to camp. Seen a few good spots already, which is great. So hopefully this week we won't have to go back to a campground, etc. But it's very, very nice conditions. The slightest breeze. Already spoken to a lovely couple in a tinny. Been down here last week as well. They were down here for 4 days and were saying they were catching plenty of whiting and plenty of flathead, which is great. And they were smart enough to just put the rest back and just keep what they needed for lunch, which I think is just brilliant. So join me this week. We'll get a bit of fishing in, of course. Hopefully some fish for dinner. I'm looking forward to a really lovely, relaxing weekend. Well, I can see a beautiful sandy beach ahead, so you might just pull on there and have a quick look around, see if there's enough height in this sand to beat the high tide as it comes in, which will be in around 3:30 this afternoon. Let's have a quick look. Unfortunately that was just a sandbar, so we'll keep looking. We don't really want to camp on a sandbar if we can avoid it. Ooh, there we go. That's exactly what we're looking for. Bingo. Gotta tell you, gotta think of worse places to camp. Got a lovely tide coming in past us here, sweeping down the river. And a lovely nice high platform. There's a spot where there's been a campfire there. Someone's even put some rocks in. This will be perfect. How good is this? Absolute mint. Let's get ourselves set up and get some fishing going on. Well, you can't complain when it's August, the coldest month of the year in Queensland or in Australia. And you're in shorts, a nice sunny day going fishing. Just going to head back down the estuary here towards the mouth, and we'll come back along with the tide, flick into the banks here as usual. As always, I've got a lure at the back trolling. See if we can't drum ourselves up for afternoon tea, early dinner. Gotta tell you, I can think of worse places to be on a Saturday afternoon. The entire system to myself. Lovely clear water. Although, having said that, I'm not seeing a lot of fish, but there's obviously fish in here because other people are catching them, so we will see how we get on. You know, I think one of the things that attracts me to fishing an estuary or a lake or a river, it's just how lovely and peaceful it is out here. Just gives me an excuse to be out on the water, really. Certainly a stunning afternoon here. Unusual, I haven't seen much in the way of fish here, I must admit. No stingrays or anything like that. It's just such a lovely place to be, it really is. This is what brings me back week after week, fortnight after fortnight, to get out in the wild and camp and just unwind. It's such a great stress reliever. Just coming across some nice little flats here. Picked up something now, finally. Oh, looks like a nice little bream. Beautiful. Just what the doctor ordered, if it's big enough. Doesn't look like it. There we go. Let's have a look at this size guy. He is way too small. Come on. Yeah, that's a pity. Lovely little yellowfin bream. I'll let him go. Well, there's nothing like catching a fish to get you fired up to catch more. Just wandering back along with the river towards camp. Sliding a lure over this lovely little sandy bottom. Hoping for something bigger. There's something dancing on the end of the line here. What do we got? It's like another bream. This water is so beautiful and clear here, it's just amazing. I can literally see this fish in the water. About the same size. Looks like this one might be a black bream. I'll show you what that looks like in a sec. Yeah, another small guy. Essentially the difference is the fin colour, obviously. You'll see when I get this guy out that got the little black fins and black lines through there. It's got a little bit of gold around the nose, but once again, just far too small, unfortunately. But it's certainly great to be catching fish in the evening. Such a lovely little estuary, this one. Really, really super clear water, which is nice. Cheers. Ah, that's lovely. So it's just coming into shoreline here this afternoon, or this evening. The school of bream came out, all about the same sort of size as the last two I caught. Just in around the shallows here under the trees and so forth. So I'm going to have a quick beer here, a bit of cheese. And that's going to stand up on the shoreline here. Pull the canoe back out the way. Just flick out into the actual river itself as the river starts to flow back out again. See if we can catch ourselves something bigger for dinner. That would be nice. Asian pork stir fry would be fine, but with fish would be about 10 levels better. So anyway, as always, I'm just going to relax. Whoa! What do we got here? Nice little bream. Well, that was that little school I was telling you about. Let's see if we can catch this big brother. Well, we're on again. Little flathead. Yeah, unfortunately, too small. Only about probably 25 centimetres, so we'll let this guy go as well. Asian noodles with a mee goreng sauce, absolutely beautiful. Had a few problems with the fire tonight, the wood stove tonight. Very, very damp wood, doesn't want to burn, so that's okay. I'm going to sit here and enjoy this beautiful sunset in front of me here over the water and enjoy this meal. Well, it's always lovely at the end of the night when you've had a big fat dinner and you're fat and full. Dinner worked out an absolute treat tonight. Really loved the Asian noodles, it's one of my favourites. And of course, now I get to relax. This is probably the favourite part of going camping. As I said when I was out in the water today, it really is about getting out, de-stressing, relaxing. And it's great with the small amount of equipment I have. There's not too much setting up and taking down in the morning and so forth. It's pretty quick and easy, so it just gives you more time to relax, which is really why I'm here. It's great to explore new places. This is a beautiful little estuary, lovely clear water. Really looking forward to getting out tomorrow morning and getting amongst it and see if we can catch something bigger. It was great to catch a more bream and a little flathead here today on the bank, or this evening I should say. But I'm looking forward to getting something decent and either have it for lunch up here at camp or take it home and have a dinner tomorrow night. But right now, of course, I've got the best part of the evening, which is the opportunity to sit back with a fire and look at the stars and have a cup of tea and some chocolate and just relax. So I'll catch up with you good folks in the morning. Very peaceful out here this morning. Unfortunately, I just snagged a lure. My favourite little double clutch. I'm just heading back upriver. And then we'll come back down with the river and then back out towards the mouth. And then come back up again with the tide. So Just enjoying this beautiful morning on the river. Well, you wouldn't believe it. First cast of the morning. Nice little bream. Same size as yesterday, unfortunately. Come on, little fella. Just lure out of him. That one I thought was a black fin yesterday was actually a yellow fin. Wouldn't believe a little flathead's just followed the lure right up to the surface here. I was just about to pull it out of the water, and he's grabbed it on the surface. Come on. Yeah, unfortunately, a very tiny little guy again. Can't seem to get anything of size this weekend. Come on. He's all wrapped up on the line. We'll get him off and get him back in again. Well, there's plenty of these little school bream. Just wish we could catch something bigger. Let's see what we got this time. Surprise, surprise, another little bream. No problem catching these little guys. Only we can catch something bigger. Hold still, mate. Just absolutely tiny. Wow, tried the sand flats. I'm trying a bit of a deeper channel here. Fingers crossed we can find something bigger. But certainly this little lure's working, doing the job. And the tide's just started to come in. I've come along a rock wall here. And another little bream. Come on, little guy. It's getting monotonous. I'd be interested if anyone knows about bream, about when the spawning season is. There's certainly a lot of these little guys around, but the big ones just aren't biting. I'm just starting to wonder whether that's because of spawning or time of year. I know the bass are spawning now, so you can't get them in the estuaries. But yeah, it'd be interesting to find that out. Well, it's just on 9:30, so the tide's about to turn, so I'm just pushing down as far as I can towards the mouth to then wait for the river or the tide to push me back up the estuary, back to camp. And if we haven't caught anything of size by then we'll pack up and call it a day. But certainly 6 or 7 bream and a couple of flathead. Makes for fun fishing, don't get me wrong, but I don't like catch and release fish. That's not what my game's about. It's really about eating them. So anyway, we'll see how we get on down here. Well, we're certainly catching lots of fish, but just not the right size. It's coming along a little rock wall here, which has been covered in oysters. What you call prime territory for bream. Wandering back to camp. As I said, we'll slowly get packed up there, which will be nice. And then we'll wander off. Do a bit more fishing on the way back as the tide keeps coming in. It's certainly very enjoyable to be out in this waterway. That's beautiful. Well, I'd have to say that was one of the loveliest camp spots I've found so far. This is a beautiful waterway, lovely clear waters, both coming down the river and back in from the ocean. Not too much traffic as far as people is concerned, which was great. Definitely fish in the system, which is also a bonus. Love to hear from any Australians that chase bream in particular. First week of August, so I'm interested in whether they're now spawning, whether they've gone back up into the rivers, etc., which would tell me that, or explain why the small ones are still down here. They're not spawning yet. That's why we're catching plenty of them, but once again nothing of size. Similar with a flathead. 3 little flathead is unusual. Usually you might catch 1, 2, and then a big one. No big flathead either, so just very interested to find that out. I'll do some research myself, but if anyone's a bit of a fishing nut or guru, leave a comment below. That'd be greatly appreciated for all of us. But as I say, just a beautiful waterway. Definitely going to keep coming back this one. Out of spawning season, if that is the case in August. But just wonderful. Beautiful, relaxing weekend. Really enjoyable to get out. It's interesting, on Friday afternoons you sometimes think to yourself, oh, can I be bothered going camping this weekend? Can I be bothered chucking it all in the car and getting organised? Every single time I have that thought, I have a great weekend. So one of those things, you just got to force yourself to get out there, enjoy the world, explore the wild places, and de-stress. So with that, I'll wrap it up for this week. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for those that watched through to the end, and I look forward to seeing you all in a fortnight's time. Bye for now.